Got two teams here. I'll save your team for last, Charles, so you can have a second here. I think let's set the stage here. Joe, do you know what happened the last time these two teams played?
I don't actually. You enlighten me?
In week 2, when Yoshi was still the starting pitcher of the Eggs, they actually got the first complete game shutout in league history. The Babies looked like one of the best hitting rosters, scored 13 runs in game 1 of the league. Were then immediately shut out. It was very impressive and put the Eggs on the map, and they're now 5-2 and tied with the Rookies for a pivotal last conference game here in week 4 before we move to our series at Mario Stadium.
So, was Yoshi the pitcher for this shutout game?
Yes, he was the pitcher. So we'll talk a little bit about the pitching of the Eggs in a second, because I think it comes down to lineup struggles and just trying to figure out how to make that team work chemistry-wise. They have the talent, but it's trying to figure out how to make all of their styles really match. Now, talking about the Babies, one of the fan favorite teams in the league here, Bowser Jr., Boo, the Bros, Luffy. Hard not to love them, guys. I think of note, I already noticed something wrong here. Good, thank God. So, Boo's been one of the best starting pitchers in the league. Bowser Jr.'s been one of the best captains. The Boomerang and Fire Bro infield is almost impossible to hit a ball out of. You got two of the best power-hitting sidekicks in the league in Blue, Dry Bones, and Dark Bones. And you have a pretty competent outfield as well. Not a clear weakness for this Babies roster, but they were able to shut him down last time. Charwill, I know we said Yoshi was that starting pitcher for the first game. What's happened since then? You're 5-2 and you got a different lineup. What's happened?
I swapped K. Rool from catcher to starting pitcher, just to give Yoshi a little bit of extra wiggle room. Because as soon as Yoshi's off the pitching mound, really it's a coin flip to where he ends up. Normally he goes into the outfield to my great displeasure.
Yeah. So those of you that are
Not paid for the outfield, I see.
Those of you that are watching, the most important thing about the outfield is going to be chemistry here. The thing about it is, you see how they have those, when you hover over a player, they have the music notes. That means that they have chemistry with one another. If players in the outfield have chemistry, they can rob home runs, and power hitting is very good in this game. Obviously, you have K-Rool Wiggler, Critter, you have Bowser Jr., the Bones, the Bros. Anybody can do it, really. So having that chemistry is important, but substitutions are random. If they get through Yoshi and he goes into the outfield, it could be trouble. So I think this comes down to pitching. K-Rool and Yoshi versus Boo and Bowser Jr. should be electric here. We did get a last-second ban from Charlo, who did not want to go to Bowser Jr.'s playroom, one of the more defensive stadiums in the league. So he has decided to ban that. We're going to go to the backup stadium for the Blue Babies. We're going to Wario City. Nighttime.
We have come back from Yoshi going into the outfield once before.
Yep. It also depends on, your team, your defense, everything. But I think first things first, you got to get your team a lead, because Boo has looked great all year.
What a beautiful night for some ball.
I know. So glad to be back here for the double feature, Wario City. Bright lights, better baseball, and a nice catch to start the game.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Come on, Wiggler.
Fan favorite. If the fan is Charlo.
He's absolutely my favorite.
Wiggler has had ups and downs this season from MVP. Oh, great hit here, though, to start. He has wheels, too. He's getting all the way to second on that. Great grab by Magic, who would keep him at second, but
Nice
caught an arrow bad in left field.
Into the chemistry section.
I think if we can somehow get a second point over the Babies here, I think that'd be huge.
Yeah. Eggs would love to come away with this one. I think the league consensus, right now, is that the Eggs are good, but their pitching depth just leaves a little bit to be desired. Nice play from Bowser Jr. Gonna get the double up at second.
Damn.
Back to back.
Leaping catch from the captain, gets it over to second. That's going to be 3-6 on the put away. Bowser Jr. Fire Bro.
Great. Right, well, we got KT coming up as the starting. I love him. Full bias here. He dropped the ball there, but I think he can make a big single play here at the very least.
Of course. And he gets one up there.
Beautiful.
Pops it up for a base hit over into right center field. So I think these two teams are very similar. They are power hitting teams, or I think small ball teams disguised as power hitting teams.
Yeah.
So
They
we were
have-
talking a lot about their defense earlier being impenetrable. How's their offense?
I think their
Who's their
offense is
hitter?
probably one of the most well-rounded in the league. Like, they don't have like the flashiest power hitters, but I don't think there's a single person on their roster you can really pitch around. Maybe Red Koopa Troopa, but like, how is that
That's
working
bad.
out? Is he crossed his own plate for the lead?
I mean, beautiful nicking and diming to the very first point of the game.
Yep. Now the
I
chemistry.
love his hustle.
Chemistry is going to be a big deal here, especially with any small ball lineup. That nice power block from Boomerang Bro probably secured the point there. And he might secure a couple others if they can't rob this one. Scooby-Doo and Monty Mole on the attempt. Monty Mole up in the air, it's over his head.
Oh, over
He
his head,
watches in
damn.
agony as Bowser Jr. sends
That's
1,
hard.
2, 3 runs across the plate, and the eggs in a 4-run hole early.
We've had 4 runners
That's
and
not
4
phenomenal.
points.
Just a little, maybe mistimed, maybe a height difference. Should have sent up Scooby-Doo. Either way, it's one they're going to want back, and K-Rool already throwing a tantrum out there. He's not going to finish the first.
No.
This game, so I have notes that I take going into every game. You know what I put on this one, guys? I said it was going to be up to Yoshi. And I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think he was going to have to... I mean, there was no outs. This is essentially going to be a complete game effort for him. But if
Yeah,
there's one
stepping up to the
pitcher...
plate.
If there's one pitcher in the league
Do
that
it.
can do it, I think it's him.
It has to be him. For his team's sake, he has to be the one to step up and strike out Firebro right now. Good start. Strike
And I mean,
2
especially
more.
going against the same team that you held scoreless last time. Paragoomba hustling. Home run attempt by Firebro over his head.
Oh
What
no.
are we paying him for?
The carnage continues. The Garbage Patch Kids, this outfield that's been lauded all season, has been tried twice now, and cracks are showing.
And just look at Monty Mole's breath right there. He's already gassed right now.
Monty Mole voted first team All-Star this season, as well as getting some fan favorite votes. I believe he ended up second team fan favorite. There, though, not looking much like it as just the second out of the inning, but
Thank you, Wiggler.
rookies already have 6. Guess what the
But
score
you
was?
know Wiggler's good for them.
You want to hear something really scary, guys?
Oh no, what?
Guess what the score
That's not
was
the first inning.
when the eggs held the rookie scoreless.
6-0.
The 6-0?
Yep.
Brown Critter up to bat, hoping to stop retribution.
He's
I
got
got
some
weird
chemistry
stuff.
now with Scooby-Doo behind him.
Ooh.
Oh, straight to Luffy.
Luffy, no jump, doesn't take the single off the board, so that ball bounces off the center field wall. Green Shell won't allow the runner to advance, and Scooby-Doo's going to try and
Why
sack
is he
bunt.
bunting?
Strike 1. And strike ball 1. Squares up the
Great.
bunt again.
Can you stop that, please?
Green Shell, though, down the line, we saw it earlier. Boo, though, great coverage by Boomerang Bro. Despite
I think we got him to second base. Critter's on
Yeah.
second. That's all they needed.
that's a sack. What do you call it? Oh,
What are you doing?
that was a sack bunt by Scooby-Doo, and then a little bit of a base running conundrum. I think he thought he was maybe going to get doubled up there, Brown Critter, but by the time he realized he could have taken third, it was too late. And now an actual double up. Boomerang Bro takes that one out of the right field air, puts it in the second field or shortstop's glove. Game remains scoreless for the eggs.
Not impossible,
infield.
but
Do you guys want
It's
an,
rough.
do you guys want an absurd stat?
go for it.
So last week we had our All-Star game. The only 2 official designations you can get are first team and second team All-Star. There were 20 spots available, 1 for each position, and then per team plus 1 fan favorite. These 2 teams combined for 18 of those slots.
Oh, so these are the all-star teams.
These are the 2 best teams in their conference, I think. Because the other, to give you an example, the other team that I think the next highest team would be probably Murkros, who had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, interesting double play there. That was like a very weak throw from Goomba, which I guess is to be expected when you don't have arms. But the double play to Wiggler, 3-6-3, the put away.
I mean, and you can't complain. You stopped the bleeding. We didn't get 6 points scored on us that time.
I mean, no lead.
Now we
is
gotta
so
get some
easy.
We need some singles. We need some doubles. I need some nachos. We gotta get something in here. We gotta start playing some baseball.
So this is the interesting part of this lineup. This is the small ball lineup where it's a lot of chemistry, a lot of fast runners. Unfortunately, Monty's not getting aboard there as that great defense from Firebird takes another runner off the base paths. Girl on it.
Midfield looks rough.
Yeah, very hard to get anything by them. I find that the teams that have the best chances against them are either the power hitting teams that test their outfield or the small ball teams that have good pop on their bats, you know, like Toads more than like Shy Guys. Yoshi looking for the sack bunt here. Takes first strike over the plate.
like
One
that.
out, one on. 2 strikes though. He's gonna have to swing at this one. Just gotta hope not for a double play. Good contact.
Unfortunate.
Not good placement.
Unfortunate, but same thing as last inning. What can you do about that? Honestly,
You
we got
know,
a ban.
it's so interesting compared to the All-Star game last week. The vibes were good. These guys were talking, sharing trade secrets, but also just like having a good time with their friends, their families. But this week, you can just tell there's so much, maybe animosity is the right word. They really want to flip the script and get that 6-0 back on them as Magiku, but the tactician starts off with a nice base hit down the left field line and boos up the bat. Boo had I believe, an opening night grand slam, but instead hits into a double play there. Brown Critter, nice diving shot. That might be his 20th defensive nice play. Leads the league.
And credit where credit's due.
20 and a
Yoshi's
half.
been pitching a phenomenal game.
He's
got
gonna
a
have
half.
to. He has been lights out since taking the mound. But if he wants to
Oh,
stay
no.
scoreless, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Very fortunate. Very, very, very fortunate result. That ball was hit about as far and as hard as you can without hitting a home run.
If he gets there, though.
You'll love to see Monty still in the game after it. Letting 5 points go by him, honestly.
Those
Man,
Don't
bros
hit the ball there.
shut
all you
me
can say.
out.
Boo has been lights out, but I mean, this defense behind him maybe have been even better. That is absurd. Boo,
So,
really
sorry.
been... Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, Char, who's like your big hitter? Is it Mr. K. Rule here?
I think it is.
It might be this time at
I think
least.
it's-
Luigi's gonna have an attempt. It's gone.
Oh!
Okay. We're in there.
K-Rool's waving to the fans, and they have a little bit of life in them. He hits a screamer down the right field line. Luffy has an attempt at it at the very end, or sorry, Darkbones to send up for it, but it's well over his head and into the stands as there will be no complete game shutout here.
No one shuts me out.
Beautiful. I love asking a question and getting the answer immediately. Right?
Yeah, the
I
best.
think there would be an argument for Wiggler if he had like synergy behind him, but there's no
Yeah.
one on my team that synergizes with him, so I think it goes down to K. Rool.
I think
I
the
mean,
big.
that's the money ball.
I'm not to speculate too much on somebody while the owner's here, but I think the big trade that could happen would be something like K-Rool for PD if the Eggs find a way to shore up their pitching in another way.
Yeah.
That one, nice trajectory by Scooby-Doo, and maybe not. No, wait!
No.
What?
No.
Scooby-
What?
okay.
He got hit by a pal. He got hit by the
Scooby-Doo
pal
with
and
an
it dropped him.
excellent hit into left field, catches an arrow, but the friendly fire pal block from Goomba causes the out. So just basically a fielder's choice, I think, or a single for Scooby-Doo and a error by Goomba.
You hate to see it. It's gonna be brought up in the locker room. You know it has to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're
That's
lucky
rough.
that this is one of the most synergistic cores, so they have the were mics supposed to be muted for that? I don't think our mics are muted. Can you guys hear them?
No. I think they can hear us. Right?
Hope so.
Hello?
I mean, I
Okay.
can see you guys talking on here. I also just turned you up a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The sack bunt.
Dark Bones.
Yeah, they've been looking to just. I think they're playing the small ball. They want to just really play damage mitigation more than anything. They advanced Luffy.
You know, I like the play they went for, the sack bunt into the bomb. Didn't work out, but maybe in another timeline.
The star swing, but Scooby-Doo
Off
gets
the-
there in time.
Thank God.
The star swing
Watch from
forces.
Scooby.
So the star swing forces the error. Gromit Girl Lamet takes that one off of her forehead, but Scooby-Doo comes in clutch. Runners advance, though. 2 outs, runners in the corner. And if you want any chance at this, I think Yoshi has to get out of this inning, not allowing a run. That's going to be hard, though. The captain's up the bat.
And
Thank you.
beautiful.
Brown Critter. What hasn't he done for this team? It feels like every time we're talking about they need this one.
The Warden.
All right. If these 3 misfits can somehow get a single, maybe a double
I
against
love
this
that.
pitcher wall.
We call these the Garbage Patch Kids. They're sort of misfits, you know, hand-me-downs, but it doesn't matter. They try their best. They get on base. Not this time, though. Boomerang Bro
Nope.
might be this game's MVP. He won't show up on the stat sheet, but God, he's just taking everything out of the infield. Does it again.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
He's doing what Brown Critter normally does for me.
See, I want to... Oh. Nice hit from Girl Lamet. Lands just over Red Koopa's head. That's going to be a base hit over to left field. 1 on, 2 out. Yoshi at the plate.
Feeling good to walking up, too. They had a little bit of a hip in their step, but fire, bro.
He felt good walking up, but he is... that player's on
He's
fire.
Yeah, gotta take the walk of shame now, dude. That's rough.
Was it good to get out of the bottom of the 4th inning when they did, because Boomerang Bro is going to lead off now and get into another diving catch from Brown Critter. Man. I hope you guys pay for
Critter.
chiropractic.
What a game.
What is it? Chiropractic measures for him, because he has to be sore from all the diving he's doing.
Oh, we don't. He has permanent spinal damage.
That's so sad. man.
I think that happens when the team's been on your back for so long.
Great
He's fine
item,
in the sucker.
forced error. Takes out the pitcher and Wiggler, so no chance for a play at first, and the tactician's aboard for Boo.
You need to get this out right now. Look who's coming up to bat.
And Boo gets aboard. Nice little chip shot into right field. Good situational hitting, because now, Fire Bro. I mean, 5 runs is already tough in 2.5 innings, but anything else, it's probably game over.
Oh,
Monty
no.
Mole is not running this one out. He probably thinks it's talking foul, and it might be foul. What? That landed
You'll
maybe,
love the hustle.
maybe 3 inches away. Oh my God. That one
That
will
is the
load the
most-
base, though.
Aggressive, ballsy play I've ever seen from Fire Bro right there, and I loved it.
Oh my God. Now Loopy, bases loaded, 1 out. Kill shot for the inning. Sends it to Brown Critter. He turns 2, gets it to Wiggler over at second. No runs scored. The rookies score 6 in the first, scored none since.
Got my boys up.
You know what's really interesting about this, Joe?
What's up?
We had a salty sweep and the All-Star game where Kate Rowe pitched. So he pitched in 2 games over All-Star weekend, and he went 5 innings. So I think the team was really optimistic going into this week. To get shelled by, you know, again, one of the best hitting rosters in the league, to be fair. It's definitely unfortunate, but I think they claw back here. Yoshi's been impeccable.
Oh, beautiful hit.
And the manhole cover!
God.
It doesn't have the speed, but it doesn't need it! It's a souvenir!
All right, brick by brick.
Thank you, K-Roll.
We say what we say about trading, and he says, I don't want to go anywhere. You keep me on your team, and I'll give your fans a couple of spare baseballs. Just like
If
that,
all goes
3
well.
runs.
Some insight into who I'm trying to keep. I'm trying to keep Wiggler, K-Rool, Brown Critter, Yoshi.
I think that's a great core.
Solid core, honestly.
Speaking of,
There's
Brown
a core
Critter
great
up, and now we have the other captain, Bowser Jr. at bat. He has that signature paint pitch, but does not matter. Brown Critter, great little chip shot, gets the single in, sends it center field. Scooby-Doo up to the plate.
And some good small ball right over those bros. Not
Won't
gonna have
get
it.
it. Instead, great double play by Fire Bro, Boomerang Bro, and Boo. Goes 6-4-3, and Goomba's up 5.
All up to the young Goomster here.
Chip shot up to
He might not have
center.
hands, but you know what he does have?
Heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Boys without hands, batting back to back. Boomerang bro with the
Oh.
vertical leap.
He didn't even want to throw the boomerang. He just wanted to show off there.
But if you're the eggs, you
The
gotta feel
message.
happy. 3 runs a lot more achievable in that last inning than 5, but first they gotta get there, keeping the score the same, and Murderer's Row up to bat. Darkbone's probably gonna get first off this, and he will.
I do think the eggs have done fantastic fire control, honestly. If you don't count the first inning, they're winning.
Exactly. I mean,
Fine.
it's a shame that K. Rool imploded the way he did, because they are putting together a great performance. But he's had big hitting since then as well. That said, speaking of big
Directly on
hitting,
Scooby-Doo.
Yoshi
Oh.
needs to find... He has to dig deep here. I would hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tight spot. None out. 2 aboard. Blue Dry Bones. That's going to load the bases.
Oh,
Brown
if I'm
Critter thought
Dry
he-
Bones.
No.
I did my job. I'm getting my pizza party after this.
Oh no.
The stakes. Captain versus Captain battle. Yoshi gets this out. He has a chance to get to the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th, with just a 3-run deficit. Anything
I would love
else?
to see some star pitches come out.
They don't, but Critter turns 1, turns 2. Just 2. Runners at the corner. He goes to second after getting the diving catch. Bowser Jr. defeated in this pitcher versus battle, captain versus captain battle.
But they can't be happy here. They have to get him out.
Yeah.
They cannot
th-
afford a
We
next.
need to end this now.
This is, for my money, the best power hitter on the baby's roster. And he's showing
believe
it
it.
deep to center. Paragoon is running. Does he have the distance? It's so high, but Montimo gets up there.
Let's go.
Redemption.
Redemption for Montgomery Mole Rat. All the others just over his head, but Paragoomba, an extra strong throw. Monty, an extra high jump, and they keep the game within 3. Bases
And look
loaded
at
with
that.
none outs. And Yoshi
The vibes.
goes
They swap.
scoreless. Ugh. My heart,
You gotta pay
man.
Yoshi more. Yoshi does great. Yoshi does his job.
I'll have a chance to earn a pay raise here if we can get string some hits together. As Monty Mole gets on base and might be able to go 2 here. Darkbones plays that badly. Monty has wheels. He is aboard leadoff double right when they need it most. And now Gurlame. She was voted All-Star, perhaps controversially at third base. Let's see what she can do here with the bat. Chip shot into right center field. She's aboard. She's sending Monty
wanna
Mole
see.
home. The throw from Luffy, is that on time? It isn't. 4-6. The eggs tying the run at the plate. And would you believe me if it's who I say it is?
Is this the win con I'm seeing come up?
I think so.
Captain versus captain. Representing the tying run. Yoshi steps to the plate. Strike 1.
Going on. They have a clean slate. 0 outs, only 1 strike.
Paintball. Swings for contact. Right to fire,
That's
bro.
not
Turns
good.
2.
The double.
So,
It's still possible.
2 outs.
That is
Still very
not
possible.
a breakable wall.
The 2 best power hitters for the eggs are now up to bat. But Wiggler
Oh no.
swings at the first pitch. Paintball. Harmless pop up to right field, and Darkbones hustles in and ends the game. The rookies get revenge. Score 6.
We kept it
Maybe
close.
some heart trouble at the end there for both sides, but at the end of the day, Bowser Jr. reigns supreme.
I mean, all you had to do was show up, hit 6 in the first inning, and then not throw from there.
And it was close.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Charlie,
What
if you
are
want
what about their records?
so that means that the babies now have, or sorry, the rookies have now clinched a playoff spot with 6 wins. They are now 6-2. Charwell will have to settle for trying to clinch in this upcoming game. They have, well, I don't know if it's upcoming. I think you might actually be. Are you the end game again?
No,
You didn't get the
For
night
once.
game.
I don't think so. Did
Joe,
I?
do you know how we do the interconference?
I do not actually. I'm not
So
familiar with that.
interconference, you only play once, so it's at a neutral site. But our friend Mark, owner of the Murkrows, the Wario team, that he suggested that for the last game, you have it voted on who plays just based off of hype, and then that is who they get a night game instead of a day game.
Oh.
So it's super, I don't know. It feels hype, and they've all been
I like
hype,
that.
which is great.
Yeah.
Looks like the rookies won the poll for this week.
Rookies did? Okay. And then I'm going to do some math here in a second once I put in all the scores. So I'm going to go to a BRB screen and put in some Pizza Tower music, but I'll stay here if you guys want to chit-chat about the game. Charles, do you have any post-game thoughts? Anything you want to say? Maybe directed to your team? Maybe directed to your the competitors? Yeah, K-Rool. Do you want to talk to him?
I think he could have done a little bit more.
I mean, sure. I think he tried to get it together at the end, but like, do you have words of encouragement, or is it something that you know he'll take care of?
He needs to get his shit together.
Wow, maybe some strong words from Charwill here. I mean, frustration's running high, but hard not to.
I mean, I've personally been seeing a bunch of things about K. Rool on Twitter. I try not to believe everything because it's the internet. But from what I've been seeing, he needs a therapist or a shrink or something. I don't think it's anything wrong with his game from what I've witnessed. Granted, Char, you know more about what's going on in the locker room.
Oh yeah. He's been okay in the locker room. Kind of keeps to himself a little bit. Hangs out with Brown Critter.
They go back, don't they?